Alright, what's up YouTube? It's your boy JJ here. I ain't made a video in a minute. I made those a few vlogs that you might have watched. Probably not because, you're not really supporting the channel as much as I thought you would, but it's all good because I don't really care about social media like that. But I'm here to make a video because I feel like this is important and it has to do with social media and why I don't care about it that much. But here is a little critique I'm gonna do on that recent Netflix documentary called The Social Dilemma. I highly recommend it. The video touches on a lot of things that a lot of people are probably unaware of, or probably are aware of, and didn't really realize it or didn't care too much about it. So, in this video, I'm gonna critique the video. I'm gonna provide some real life examples of me and how it applied to my life, um, and also just my personal opinions on what it's doing to us as a society. All right, so I'm trying to make this educational but yet entertaining. So, bear with me here. And don't mind my headpiece. Your boy don't got the AirPods. Your boy don't got money like that just yet because your boy is still in graduate school, broke as hell. So, I'm sorry, but please, I think this actually does the job better than me without the mic. So, voice to here, it'll get the job done. So yeah, Social Dilemma. What it does, it talks about the history of it and the design. Originally, it was for communication and trying to keep people in touch with one another. Especially like people like me, like that worked out really well because I moved from the Bay to the North Bay from 510 to the 707. And at first, I was pretty sad because I lost all my network, my friends, people I hung out with. Even though I was just a kid, I was pretty popular. But it actually worked out because I had MySpace and I kept all those friends and then even expanded my network in the North Bay. And I got to the point where people would quote unquote say I was MySpace famous, man. I had alerts all the time, red, green, blue, all that stuff on there. I forgot what it was. It was like chain blog, comments, new friend requests, all that bullshit. That is the equivalent to what people get now on Facebook with like, likes, comments, reactions, and so basically, Facebook kind of took what MySpace was doing and just went on steroids on it because if y'all remember, Facebook in like '09, 2010, 11, that was for old people. It was literally black and white, like boring, like a book. Like you would say, oh, my grandma's on there. We were still on MySpace and AOL Instant Messenger, AIM, all that because that was more interactive and appealing to our generation. The millennials. You know, we uh, we we had it good. I'm pre 96. I'm not Generation Z. I'm 93. So yeah. So basically, what the social media, the tech boom area just kind of took off, and what they started realizing is how can we make money on this? Because yeah, it's all great that people communicate, but that's not what they're in it for. They're not doing this just to be nice. So in the documentary, they had a whole bunch of people that were founders, co-founders, people that worked on the projects, and all that. And what they found was people were like they started tracking not just your like people think their information is getting sold, not like your name, number, all that address, that's email address. That's not what they're talking about. It's your tendencies. It's the psychology of you, your likelihood, your behavior. So the behavioral data, that's actually more information because they could predict your next move. So when you think about that, it's kind of scary because I end up buying more shit that I never thought I would ever need because they're just throwing stuff on my feed. I'm even not just me, people on Facebook are liking, agreeing with one another, recirculating videos and fake news. And they don't even care to know if it's fake news because they're getting confirmation bias from others that think the way they do, so they think this must be true. So if you see it, I see it on my feed, it's true. Every once in a while, you'll see something that you disagree with, and then you guys just attack that person. And this goes for both sides. I'm not picking a side here. I don't care about politics like that. I used to be a political science major, and I jumped to science because I wanted to be more objective. And what Facebook does, it doesn't even not just I'm just gonna say Facebook as a general term for social media because one and the same. It doesn't teach you how to differentiate what's true versus false. It just teaches you. It just realign. It just reconfirms what you want to believe because you're more likely to engage with that material. If you're not engaged or interested by this stuff, you're not actually going to click it, and then they can't get money. They can't get revenue. People that are pumping money into the tech industry want you to click on their advertisement or their videos to get like streaming revenue, time spent on there. So that's what y'all need to realize. Like you guys are just making other people rich. So I purposely actually friend people on all ends of the spectrum because it's very entertaining, and not just entertaining. It fuels my mind because I could see how other people work, think, and I can predict your next move. I can know if I interact with you what to say and what not to say, or what I want to say if I wanted to make you mad, because I know who you are. You put it all out there. You've kind of showed your hand of cards. Like, it's very predictable. So it's kind of sad at the same time because it's polarized my friends and family, and not just like my friends' family members. I've seen people post, I've had to unfriend, I'm not going to say anybody's name, but I had to unfriend family members because they're a Trump supporter, this and that. I don't give about any of that. If you support them, then you don't. Then I'm done with you. I don't need a response. And it's like, everyone is entitled to think a certain way, and or be friends with or whoever, family members. I mean, you can't really unfriend a family member. You could unassociate with them, but that's one thing in life you don't get to choose is your family. So remember that. Um, you get what you get. Don't be a brat. You know, my family got their issues too. I wish I could change things, but you know, like, that's life. Like, but people, you know, affiliate or associate with people that think just like them. Like, yeah, you're right. You know, we're gonna we're gonna think this way, and we're gonna put out fake news. And in the Social Dilemma documentary, they even say on Twitter, a research article was done on Twitter saying fake news is more likely to travel than real news. And how many more times likely? 6 times more likely. Because it's entertaining. You're going to click, it's clickbait. You're going to click something that sounds intriguing or catches your attention. It has to have a fake picture. I know you guys remember when they had the kids locked up, you know, separating families or whatever, and it was just a little girl, young girl. She was brown girl. Talking about like the immigration policies and trying to make Trump look bad. And then 2 days later, they found out that that picture was not even a girl like that of like Hispanic heritage or someone south of the United States border. It was someone from the Middle East. So that just shows that like you had confirmation bias because you wanted to see that, and you saw it with a brown girl, and then you clicked it. Like, and we've all been victims of this. I've done it. Everyone's done it, and it's like my Facebook got a whole bunch of dog videos, man. Cause I'd be looking. I think it's called the Dodo or something. Like all these sad dog videos. Cause I'd be watching that when I'm sad and like stressed out about exams, man. So like the algorithm is is smarter than you because it's thinking about your behavior, and a lot of people don't think about their own behavior and their tendencies. I've had a lot of time to reflect on my own while I've been in grad school, and that's why I really don't socialize. I don't go on social media as much unless I'm trying to not study, because it next you know 20 30 minutes go by. It's a waste of time, and it's just giving me, it puts me down a rabbit hole of seeing things that I want to see more of. Like, shit, I see fantasy football, this, that, more and more streams going down. I'm just, next an hour goes by. Like, but for me that's not that bad. It's fantasy football, but for some people it's like, you know, like all these rioting, looting, like they want to see that, and like, you know, oh, where's the next move? And next, you know, your city's like, people are getting the idea in your city, and now they're destroying stuff in your city, and like it just perpetuates like it could either be good or bad. For me, you know, sometimes I get a lot of, you know, the animal feed. I like that. But if I'm getting a bunch of crazy stuff on there, it's like I need to stop watching those videos to change the algorithm. Kind of like on my Netflix feed. If you, like, my mom be watching all these stupid little jail shows on there, and now like my Netflix feed's all thrown off. So I can't really rely on that anymore. So that's something to be aware of. And you should just know that, you know, artificial intelligence is artificial. It's what it says, but it's getting smarter each day. It can't disseminate differentiate what's true versus false. So it's just going to put out what's more likely to catch your attention and keep your engagement throughout that entire time. So if you're aware of that, then you're able to tell you're more likely to tell what's true versus false. And like I said, being in grad school, it's taught me how to really critique and analyze what is real versus true information. Sadly, the more boring it is, it probably is true, because that's just what it is. And so if you want to get back to politics, man, I got a little note here. Oh, sorry, let's not go to that. Let's go to fake news. So like, a lot of people just, I mean, it ties to politics. They do a lack of research, and they're just perpetuating and recirculating fake information, like Pizzagate. I don't even know if it's true or false. It sounded bad, so I thought it was true. the Earth is flat theory. That's just ridiculous. You know, like people have never stepped on the moon. Like that's ridiculous. Like it's sad that people are that gullible and that easily manipulated. And I just want people to just be aware of their behavior and tendencies so that they don't continue to spread that onto their kids, and it just continues on because we have gotten smarter phones, smarter technology, but we've gotten dumber as a society. And don't moral of the story, don't worry about the number of likes, followers, and like the quantity of people in your circle. You know, it's better to keep a close knit, small, close group of friends that actually value you for who you are compared to what you have to bring. Because unless you're a business model, the quantity doesn't matter. Like if you need all those followers because you're selling something, obviously you need more people to actually, see your stuff and spread word of mouth. But if they're all bots and fake accounts, then what does that matter? You're just trying to make yourself feel better. I don't know. Whatever it is, I think people need to just really be honest with themselves. I've been honest with myself for a long time, and it's it's actually got me far in life, but it's also got me into a lot of arguments with people. And for those of you that know me, like I keep it real. I tell you how I feel, and I'm not gonna shy away from controversy. I'm not gonna not stir the pot to make you feel better because I want what I tell people is what I would want to be told. Like I grew up like shit was like told straight to my face. I got a Filipino mom, man. So like if I got skinny, like she'd be like, "Oh, you're skinny, you need to eat. Look at I can see your bones." If one of my cousins was fat, they'd be like, "Oh, you gained weight." That's the first thing we say. Like we're very blunt, and some people think that's a bad thing, but like it's a good thing at the same time because you know what you're gonna get. So from this person, so I have a lot of friends that come to me when they want advice, information, and that's why I wanted to make this video, man, because I just wanted to at least if I could change one person's life, that's all it took 12, 13, 14 minutes for me to do, then that's good. But I highly recommend watching the video and just, I'm not going to delete my social media. Like I don't, I have more self-control than that, but I'm going to try to better, I'm going to try, I'm going to try more to limit my time on there if it's unproductive. So I don't want to just spend time looking at stuff that further fuels my confirmation bias and uh, makes me dislike other people with opposing views because the original intent of social media was to connect people, not disconnect. Remember that. All right. If you get the chance, I want you to like, please subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. And yeah, man, I'm going to try to make some more videos on just some educational topics. I don't really have much time, but I just watched this last night and I wanted to talk about it while it was fresh. All right, y'all. Deuces.